Thank you for staying with us. Today on Morning Spring, we still have with us Honorable Kolapo Alimi, Commissioner for Information and Communication in Osun State. And we are talking about the state of Osun as a state, talking about governance and issues surrounding the state. Honorable, before we went on that break, you were talking about the election. You mentioned, you alluded to the election in Osun State. First of all, you talked about the allocations. We talked about the local government allocations that are being withheld. You are saying it's unfair, it's unjust. But for the sake of balanced perspectives, let us look at it this way. Let's look at the elections conducted in February in Osun State, where your party, the PDP, allegedly won all the seats. Right here on this program, we had the Argon chairman, Honorable Sarafaddin, and I posed that question to him, that you are a local government chairman in Osun State, that the election which brought you into office, no results were released, official results were not released. And guess what he said? You are a lawyer, Honorable Alimi. The Argon chairman told me that it is not results that matter, that it is certificates of return from INEC that validates that position and not the results of the election. That was what he said right here on this show. You are a lawyer. Is that the case? No, that's number one. Number two, we also had the OCEC chairman right here on this program telling us that fine, because I asked him the same question. How come? Because if you are saying, oh, funds are being withheld, you are the legitimate holders of that office that the PDP chairman won, how come no results were officially released? The OSEC chairman said, oh, he was going to release the results, that the results would be on the portal, that it's on the website, on their website, that people can check it. Because I told him that I myself as a journalist have not seen any of those results. You are a lawyer, Honorable Alimi. What is the legality of your men claiming to be chairman in an election where no results were released? And the Argon chairman is saying that it is certificates of return that validates an election. What do you say to that?
Well, first of all, let me correct the nomenclature you gave me. My office is Minister of Information and Public Enlightenment.
All right.
Osun State, not Minister of Information and Communication.
Okay.
Start from that place.
Apologies for that.
Now, so on the issue, on the issue you raised, first and foremost, let me tell you, results were announced by OCEC. If you listen that very day, you will see that the results were announced and winners were announced. What happened was that, and when you are talking of the notice, the OCEC gave notice around February 2024 for that election. You can cross-check.
Honorable, sorry to cut in, Honorable Alimi. Results, winners were announced, not results. Winners were announced.
I'm coming to it. Results were equally announced. Wait, result. When you are talking of winners and results, I will let you know now. The OSEC gave notice for that election by 2024 February. You can fact check it. All other political parties participated in the election, including APC. They participated in the election. That's the second. If you follow the trajectory, they paid, they made payment. You're paying for. They did the screening. They did their primary. So they participated in the election. However, 24 hours to that election, 48 hours to that election, the APC, who happened to be the major political party, saying that they will lose, they might lose the election. If they participate, they might lose the election, hopefully. What they did was that they announced their withdrawal, that they are withdrawing from that election. And 24 hours to that election, using their federal might, the police, the army, other security agents, they were tried as what, and another letter from the office of Honorable Attorney General of the Federation, tried as well to prevent Osun State from going on with that election. And so on the day of the election, there was tension and people move out, but in many places, in some places, especially in Ijibo and very few places, electoral officers were arrested and later released. So it made it difficult for the collations and the result for the collations of each of the election to be done at the various collations centers. It was all of them were moved to the to OCS for final determination. And since on their own coalition, they have actually withdrawn from the election. So all other things are just superfluous. They withdrew from that election. Since they voluntarily withdrew from that election, and they were using, if you monitor, I know your statement that have monitored the election, you will have seen that security were 100 people around that very day. You will discover that there was no need for anybody to risk his life and stay at the police centers. So everything was taken to the OCS. So the OCS eventually announced the winners based on the results given to them. So that is just
Honorable Alimi, you are still, Honorable Alimi, sorry to continue, you are still not addressing the question. I do not want us to overflog this issue. And for the sake of our viewers, this is very basic. An election was conducted, okay? For the sake of the legality of those who were announced, some people were announced winners. Up till now, if you say someone won an election, you tell us, let us know that, okay, this person had 10,520 votes, this other candidate had 5,000 votes, this is why this person's
won. That's what I'm telling you that.
Honorable Alimi, it is as simple as that. Up till now, Honorable Alimi, up till now in Osun State, those results were not released.
I have record of my own voting in my polling units. We equally have record in our polling units of PDP candidates and the score. You understand it? And all electoral officers, they moved all these things because what ordinarily was supposed to happen was that to take those things to the Ward Coalition Center, from Ward Coalition Center to the local government centers. But because of the situations at that time, created not by OCS, but created by the opposition, which you witnessed. So everything was moved to OCS. And so if you need the exact figures, and or you said the OCS has not posted that, I will inquire. The OCS based on the result, and that's that because the major political party, the PDP, the APC, who was participating in that election, who nominated candidates, few hours to the election, withdrew. So if the main opposition had withdrawn, and most of other places, you understand it, there were some parties. Let me tell you one thing, so that for you to know that there were results. There was an election presidential tribunal organized for that election, which started, and the result of that election was submitted before the tribunal.
All right, Honorable.
You understand it? So what I'm telling you in essence, wait. If you don't know, you can inquire. They used to sit at the state high court. There was a tribunal because of people challenge the election.
All right.
They had the
point made.
If there were no election, or if there were no election or there were no result, what are you challenging?
All right.
You understand it?
Yeah. So, we still have a lot of questions to ask you. Yeah, I understand.
I understand you. I understand the point you're trying to make, but the fact remains that why is it shrouded in secrecy? You said it was the results were displayed at the tribunal. Why is it shrouded in secrecy? Why can't the people see? Just for the sake of fairness, that this person won by a particular margin. We do not have that in Osun State, and that remains the fact, Honorable.
Instead of flogging this, number one, tribunal is not a secret place. When you say election presidential tribunal, they conduct their trial in open. That's one. Secondly, instead of flogging this one, I promise to contact the OCS chairman on your behalf. As at the time you interview, it was so close. Now I will ask him why I will equally check the OCS web. If the result is not there, I will ask him why the result is not there. The OCS has the result because there are our elections.
All right. It's all right. We hold you by that.
The contestation was not there because the major political party, the opposition that took part up to 24 hours.
All right. Honorable, we have to move on. Yeah, you have made a promise. You are going to contact Honorable Ashim Abioye and possibly have the result. We'll appreciate if actually you can have it sent to us as well, and we make a public good of it. Now, moving on.
It is just that if anyone will send it to you, it's not my own duty to.
It's fine. It's fine. You know, the Osun people are watching, just like everybody is watching right now. And, you know, it's always good to do either the APC participate or not. We have a duty to our conscience, to the law, and to the public good. Now, away from that, the issue of
before we move away from that one,
we just have to move away.
Attest. Wait a bit. I expect you to attest to the fact that on the eve of that election, there was a lot of federal might power to ensure that
you have said that. You have said that over and over.
And that,
we understand.
I expected you to attest to that.
It's all right, but we just have to move away. Now, the issue of teachers' recruitment in Osun State is another worrying one, Honorable. And I'm sure we've spoken to you on this program before in the past. Our sister station at the other end have done that. Many persons have inquired to say almost, 2 years of promise. At least more than a year. It started from February last year. The positions were advertised, teachers' recruitment, people went all the way, and it has been delayed. I remember the last time I spoke with you on this program, you said very soon. Very soon. That was almost 6 months ago. Very soon. Other states have done theirs. Ondo did, I think, or your did. Many states have done that. And we are still here. All of a sudden, recently, those who have collected forms, gone through the processes, and were waiting for deployment, all of a sudden we heard that the group of people, the youth empowerment thing called the Mole Corps, are the ones that will now do the job. I must tell you, Honorable, many Osun persons are angry and upset that why will Governor Adeleke go through that route? It's supposed to be a case of promise made and promise kept. Why is it a case of promise made and promise unkept? It has been explanations and explanations. And will any of the government officials allow their words, their children, to be taught by an afterthought intervention called the Mole Corps? Why have you done this to Osun people?
Well, there is no promise unkept. Let me correct an impression. And let me state categorically that governance is about planning. Governance is not done on emotions. We have stated certain facts, which we expect you journalists to continue to flog. If you don't flog it and you are flogging what you are not supposed to flog,
you have an opportunity of explaining to Osun people this morning.
That's fine. Let me explain. We said you all know that the allocation that is due to Osun State, through which salaries of high school teachers are supposed to be paid, are not released to us. We all kept mute on that. Do you elect somebody as governors or local government chairman, as a senator or anything, to administer his personal fund? Is it not the state funds and the public funds? Let me take it from the beginning.
Honorable Alimi, sorry, so that you can take it. Please hold on. That the first, recruitment information was February 2024. The issue of Osun local government started in February 2025. That's 1 year apart. So what is the explanation?
Let me take it one after the. They are not. You need to get this explanation.
Please do quickly.
I told you, governance is about planning. Please, governance is about planning, and we want you journalists to always follow the events properly, so that people will not be misinformed. When we said we wanted to recruit 5,000 teachers plus, there is what is known as financial implication of that one. Anytime anybody wants to recruit, you have to consider the salary you are paying currently before the recruitment. Then you consider the financial implication of the new recruits. You add everything together. You will not consider the state force. That is what is known as financial clearance. It is when you, after you might have solved the problem of financial clearance, that determine the amount, the number of people you are going to recruit. That is governance. When we are talking governance, that is governance. Government don't just go out, doesn't go out and recruit just anyhow. After that one, so by the time we plan to recruit, we base our financial clearance and the financial implications on 30,000 minimum wage. My brother, when the labours, after the removal of subsidy, when the labours was agitating for increment in salary, and they were requesting for 800,000, 400,000, 120,000 naira as people who has expenses and who is not ready to put this state in problem. Is it not reasonable for us to hold on to know what will happen to the issue of salary? Because we don't want a situation whereby we recruit and both the newly recruited and the existing one will not be paid. We waited, and when it was eventually discovered that 70,000 happened to be the minimum wage, we started our whole negotiation with the NSC, and we eventually agreed to a wage higher than the minimum wage, 75,500 naira. So after that one, we now started to look back at the issue of recruitment. Now that we have known that the salary is this, let us see what is going to be the implication for like 2 months on the old wage. Because when you increase wage, definitely the allocation from Abuja might be oscillating. After the removal of subsidy, the allocation has not increased beyond what was, apart from oscillating every month, because it is not static, it usually oscillates. Okay, when we discover that yes, we are now ready to recruit certain number of teachers, it was then we have conducted interview, we were about to release the letter. It was then the issue of local allocation came on board. And as I've told you, that if you don't know, everybody that is listening now, that it is from the allocation of local government that the primary school teachers are paid. And if it is from the allocation of local government that the primary school teachers are paid, and the system of the allocation of the local government means all the primary school teachers in the state and all the teachers in the junior schools, they will not get salary. And the governor now said no, there is no way we will be comfortable to ensure that a section of our workers are not paid. Let us look for how we use the state resources and the idea to pay all categories of workers. So by the time we do that one, it's still now reasonable for us as a state. When a month, 2 months, we didn't make it public. We thought sanity would prevail in Abuja, that they would realize that this money they are holding, salary is part of it. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, they didn't pay. We thought it's something that they would quickly see reason. If the allocation up to this moment has not been released, and you all know, and you know the workers that are supposed to be paid through that allocation are being paid, it's still reasonable for us. Do you need a soothsayer that if we increase that wage bill, we might not be able to pay anybody again? And so when people are now asking questions, instead of directing their questions to those that ensure that the allocations to the state are not paid, and they are still talking as if the state has the power to print money, I wonder, where is our listing? Let me now come back to your question. Let me now come back to the question on the Imaleco. Imaleco, we made it clear from the beginning that just like it used to be during the OES subject, those that are qualified there will be deployed to schools. Because if we recruit and we employ 10,000 teachers today, there will still be need for teachers in our schools. And so those that are qualified there, and what I mean is that those that are either graduates of education, or those who have NC, or those who have a 10D and have diploma in education, and they apply to Imale course. And so in the interim, we deploy them. And that has been the practice. Look at the Empower. Most of them were deployed to school. Look at Youth Corps. Most of them actually deployed to school.
How much would they be paid? How much would they be paid? How much would they be paid?
No, we told you the Imale is 30,000 naira, and when you multiply that one by 10,000 people, that is additional
30,000 naira to dispense knowledge. What kind of energy will they have to do that?
My brother, I believe you are listening to me.
Yeah, we are together.
If actually you are listening to me,
I am.
When you are saying something is core, are you getting it now? When you are saying something is core, it's not a full-fledged employment, and people voluntarily apply to it. And we did it in a way that, yes, you will stay in your own local government where you say you are resident. You will not need to use part of that money for transport fare. And when Ademola introduced OES, teachers call were there, and they were being paid 10,000 at that time. So when the government of President Muhammadu Buhari introduced End Power, teachers calls were there, and they were not paid the full salary. So when you are talking of something as a stopgap You understand it? And they are not the way they were structured.
All right.
They are supposed to be to be deployed to school, and they are not supposed to be full-fledged teachers if they do other things, other than they do the subject assigned to them, and they can do other things.
All right,
so
the
way we reason, the way we reason in this country, we need to change it. Point to the fact that if allocation is fixed, and as of today, no category of worker in office is not paid, kudos to be given to the governor instead of us flogging what we are not supposed to flog. That is the truth. And as those of us thought, and I said it on radio station, I will repeat it now. My own daughter just finished from one of the public secondary schools. Quality service about 2 or 3 weeks ago. You can fact check it. And I can tell you the school privately because of security reasons. So it is not true as if the way the people are saying that how could you allow.
All right, Honorable Alimi, we need to move on. We are running out of time. You've made your points. We quickly have to move on because of time. Just before we leave, we've been talking about governance. But just for a bit, let's talk about politics right now. There is political tension in Osun State as we speak, starting from the defection saga, the rumors of defection, allegations and counter-allegations about Governor Ademola Adeleke. Fine. He later came out publicly to say that he is not defecting, that he never wanted to defect. They were actually pleading with him to come to their party, but now he's staying with the PDP. But your principal, the governor, has also pledged his support for the president in 2027. But there is political tension in the state. A lot of PDP members, a lot of your members have defected already. So what will happen? Do you think, Honorable Alimi, that your governor, that the governor for Osun State, our governor, Governor Ademola Adeleke, still has that support of the people? After all that saga, after all that defection saga, do you think he still has the support of the people of Osun State going to the elections in 2026? And now that he's supporting Mr. President for 2027, so what if the PDP now puts forward a candidate, of their own for 2027 presidential election? You have a governor in Osun State who's running on the platform of PDP, but he's not going to support the presidential candidate of the PDP. Does that make any logical sense to you?
Well, thank you very much. First and foremost, you have stated it, and I will repeat it. That as it is today, our governor, His Excellency Senator Ademola Adeleke, is in PDP and is staying in PDP. It's not defecting to any political party. Yes, there were advances from those that matters, both within and outside, that in order for him to support President Ahmed Tinubu, he should defect. But eventually, while some people are pushing that one, the majority of some people said they don't want to have anything to do again with Alhaji Boyinka and his co-travelers. And you could just see it that Alhaji Boyinka said they are not. And he has stated it clearly that it's no longer contesting. Not because they have no right to contest, because he knows that people have rejected him. And so it's not only him that has been rejected, and his co-travelers, all these people. So that is politics for you. And so, but the stakeholders in the state, we have some traditional rulers and people who believe that as Ademola Ahmed Tinubu, being a Yoruba man, should be supported. And our government is a Democrat by excellence. And these are the people who say, we will support you with everything we want, but we need something from you too. We want you to support Ademola Ahmed Tinubu. That's it. And politics are about people. If what our people in the state want is that one, why not? After all, Ademola Ahmed Tinubu is a Yoruba man and traces his ancestral home to Osun State. So if that is the case, then what is wrong in that one?
What is wrong? So, Honorable Alim, sorry to cut in. What is wrong is that. So you are justifying tribalism as against good governance. That is tribalism. That's a classical example of tribalism playing out right here.
Don't force your opinion. You have stated the facts. That's your opinion. Let me start tribalism. Let me tell you one thing. There is one thing you should know first. Before you are in Nigeria, your four belong to your parents. From your parents to your community, from your community to your ward, from your ward to your local government, from your local government to the state. Why is it these two of Omowade Jose? let me bring you back to the memory lane. In 1983, when Late Bolage contested against Dr. Molulu Loyo, the people of Ibadan came up with a theory. They said, they voted en masse for an Ibadan man because of the fact that he was an Ibadan man. And they voted against Late Bolage because Bolage was not from Ibadan. And simultaneously, similarly as the politics in Nigeria, everybody will of us see your person. You have never seen the candidate of a PDP. And the PDP has stated that their candidate is going to be from the south. Are you getting it now? They are stating it. So if the two candidates are from the south, then and the people of Osun and who happen to be the stakeholder who put the governor there, say this is what we want. You want our governor to go against them.
So honorable, so is the people, sorry Femi. So honorable Alimi, you are saying it is the people of Osun who said they want Tinubu. Is that what you're saying? That is the people of Osun. You are making it look honorable. You are making it look as if it is the people of Osun who asked the governor to support Tinubu.
Wait. If you don't understand, let me explain. I told you that we have stakeholders. When you are talking of the people, you know the people have some stakeholders, like traditional rulers. I don't want to mention names. Some majority of the traditional rulers in this state, they believe as well Ademola Adeleke to be a Yoruba man should be supported. And these are the people who said, thick and thin, the governor are going to support you.
All right.
This is what
point made, honorable.
We probably have opinion borders. So that is just it.
We are totally out of time.
Our election is different. Okay.
Yeah, but we
won't. The
won't.
time for the election is quite different.
All right.
The governorship election will come in 2026. That of the president will come in 2026.
All right. Let me just ask you this one more question, honorable, and it's personal to you. Political, not really personal, your personal journey. You know, for those that have followed your politics for some time, they believe you are an Aregbesola man. And there are rumors of defection by the governor. At the time, the people said, oh, Alimi has went in communicado, you are silent, you weren't seen in public, conversations, and you are not heard. Now you are being seen, now you are being heard. Was it deliberate? And let me ask you, if push comes to shove that you must defect, I'm just saying, will you rather pitch your tent with your former boss, Aregbesola, or you go back to your ex, APC?
Well, let me say one thing.
1 minute, sir.
I'm a man of principle.
Yeah.
And wait, and don't do conjecture. You say as at that time, I didn't talk. I used to talk on governance. And when somebody asks me questions on politics, I talk it. Any day in Nigeria, everybody knows that Aregbesola happened to be my benefactor.
Yeah.
He appointed me commissioner twice. I'm not the kind of person that will become an ingrate to somebody who has benefited me. At the same time, Ademola Adeleke has benefited me. My project today is how Ademola Adeleke will win. The issue of whether Ademola Adeleke will defect or not has become a thing of past. So when things has not arisen, you don't continue.
Your loyalty belongs to Ademola Adeleke now.
And I'm going to work for Ademola Adeleke.
All right.
Yes,
fair enough.
Because I'm working with Ademola Adeleke, and Aregbesola is not contesting again. So why should I have?
He has an ADC that will contest.
Ademola Adeleke. And what? Pardon me.
He has an ADC party that will contest.
Pardon, what do you say?
He has an ADC that will contest.
You know, if somebody is contesting, yes, somebody contesting is the ADC. Do you expect me to leave somebody who has benefited me?
It's all right.
You understand it?
All right.
Ademola Adeleke. So now go. No.
Commissioner for Information and Public.
Me or you do good to me, I will reward you with good. That's
fair enough. Point made. Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Kolapo Alimi, thank you for your time and your take. And it's always nice speaking with you, and we'll speak with you very soon because you are the man in charge of information. And of course, you're a public official. It's our duty to hold you and all of your people, in responsibility to the public good. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you for having me. And I use this opportunity again to plead with the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation.
You have made this point over and over.
Honorable Commissioner,
thank you.
You might have to pay for public announcements.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable. Femi Ojo is my name. God bless Osun State. God bless Nigeria. We'll make a return tomorrow.
And Emeka Daniel is my name. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been an interesting conversation. Of course, a pleasure having the Honorable Commissioner join us this morning. And so you are distinguished viewers. Always a pleasure to have you. Join us again tomorrow for a fresh edition of Morning Spring on Western Spring Television. Do have a wonderful day. Good morning.